and all that shit. Install updates manually. Oh, hey, jazzy, classy music. I gotta get my cigar out and...
This is the wrong... There we go.
Oh shit. Just got some serious going on.
next door, living in the haunted mansion.
You better learn my name, cause it's Ashley.
She knows the darkest smells and she brews the meanest potions.
Might be the ingredient I seek.
Don't let yourself be fooled by her innocent demeanor.
You better be afraid of the great Ashley.
She doesn't play with dolls and she never combs her hair.
Who has time for girly things like that? I Newt, I cast a hex on you. Grandma's wig, this'll make you big. Kitten spit, soon your pants won't fit. Panalonis giganticus, oh no, not again.
She can rule the world and still finish all her homework.
Everyone knows I'm the greatest. Ashley.
You'd better watch your step or she'll cast that spell on you.
I turned my teacher into a spoon. I know such are my spells, and yes, it's true. Well, I don't have as many friends as you. But I think you're nice, and maybe we could be friends. And if you say no, you're toast. I Newt, I cast a hex on you. Grandma's wig, this'll make you big. Kitten spit, soon your pants won't fit. Panalonis giganticus, oh no, not again.
Who's the girl next door, living in the haunted mansion?
You better learn my name, cause it's Ashley.
Just remember this when you see her on the street.
I'm the coolest girl you'll ever meet. I'm the coolest girl you'll ever meet. I'm the coolest girl you'll ever meet.
I don't think you are, Ashley. Butcher is soon, Zim.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what you've said for the last, well, every week.
Yeah, because it's true.
You're so obsessed with...
I just really want to kill him. What can I say? Plus, the second act of this game is way better. Actually, the third act is my favorite.
I don't remember any of them. But this song's gonna put me to sleep.
Insistent Toya persistently after an absent butcher. What the fuck? I love
couldn't
it.
Come up with a better one.
That's funny.
bird's a word of praise. Don't you know about the bird? Well, Peter's gonna tell you about the bird. Well, a bird, bird's a word, well, a bird.
Okay. Good way to start.
Oh, I got an even better way.
Edward, no. Daddy,
Oh my god.
do you hurt Daddy?
Kill it with fire.
I'm sorry. Even with all our power, we can't do anything to change you back. I'm
Why would you
sorry.
want to? You're a cool dog person now.
Can we play now? Can we play now?
Every day.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome. I am Razim, and this is Diablo 3.
Got it.
Complete acts 1 through 5 at max level in under 1 hour.
Yeah. Sprinter. You could do it. You could do it.
No,
If-
I can't.
If we were doing season play, sure we could do it. But we're not. Got
Well,
it.
hello there, Alex.
Hi, Terrelix.
It is a pleasure to see you.
It's nice to see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Indubitably.
I have to quay. The bird in me. It must quay.
Well, then do the quest.
I can't. The thing on my iPad doesn't have chat options. I see the chat, but I can't type. So, oh well.
Absolutely, Alex. It would be my pleasure.
Hmm. No, sir, I don't like it.
Well, you see, Toya, perhaps this voice is a bit more to your liking there, you see.
I've done this to myself. Ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha.
Well, is there something wrong, as it were, with their little Toya?
Nope. All's well. I'll just keep pressing this pen deeper into my eye socket.
Well, now that's not a very good thing to do, you see. It's
Deeper it
quite
goes.
damaging to your body and your very soul itself, you see. And
Oh, it
you
feels so
really
good.
should
The deeper
not
it-
do that.
Oh god, I just walked somewhere there's a treasure goblin. I have to kill it without you.
Well, that's not very appropriate of you, you see. We're kind of supposed to be doing this together, you see.
Don't worry, I'll save all the loot.
Also, we're here in the cursed hold, you see. So, how is everyone?
This will be a challenge.
Have arrived, dear Toya. With a whole lot of these damn beasts.
That is not possible. I have trained well.
It's all right, Toya. Every time that one of them falls, I just add to my army. Toya has gone silent.
Oh, I'm sorry. That voice just caused me to shove that pen so deep into my eye socket it touched my brain. What were you saying? Something about chicken fingers?
Probably.
Chicken fingers.
My essence is too low.
You need more essence, mister.
Now, where the hell are we going?
Oh, I don't know. We have to find the exit on this floor. I just picked a random direction.
I see.
Well, you do have two eyes, so I would hope you see. Hey, look, the exit! Wait, nope. That's where we came in, I think.
Actually, that's where we left off.
Yep. So, not that way.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's the next...
We came from there.
I had a town portal spell that went to the Cursed Hold.
Yes, and this is the place after the Cursed Hold.
We're on level 3 of this place.
Yes, we need to go to level 5. If you don't trust me, go ahead and check it out, but I promise you that this is the right place to be.
Ugh. Hey, Eisen. It's, well, we've got no idea where we're supposed to be going.
I do. I know where we're supposed to be going. I'm aware.
He says
Oh,
that.
God.
I'm honestly not certain.
Don't worry. You can always trust in me. Always.
You've got a friend in me.
That too.
You've got a friend in me.
Things are going well, Eisen. It'd be going better if, I don't know, we had some cool friends, cool imaginary friends to help us get through this. But I guess they just don't care enough to join people in playing video games.
I was just trying to kill my minions.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
It's like, oh god, there's enemies here. Why is Toya moving on?
I have definitely targeted your big dude with a bullet more often than once.
My golem?
Yeah. He's the one I can see the best.
This world can abide you no longer.
Yeah. No longer. I just have all these purple dots following me everywhere.
It's a good thing.
It means I'm doing my job.
Ah, an interesting opponent.
I apologize there, Eisen, but I refuse your bullshit excuse.
It's okay. Work. Job search is more important. Hey, look. The Chamber of Suffering. I wonder what's in here.
Not where we're supposed to go.
Not where we're supposed to go. I disagree wholeheartedly.
must be back in Tristram crying over the old man's corpse. She'll soon have another one to cry over. Yours. Meet the butcher.
Told you we get the butcher today.
Hi, buddy. Howdy-ho.
Vegetable bad, meat good.
Hey, buddy. That's not okay. You should be dealing with all of those guys, not me.
My power
I'm
has
just
grown.
innocent. That was way too easy.
We are very strong.
The truth about the butcher demon was more startling than I ever anticipated. Evidently,
Ooh,
there are
legendary.
many of them within the burning hells.
I too
Though
got a
they used to
legendary
be
chest
solely
armor.
under Diablo's command. The butchers are stitched together from the parts of other demons to combine their strengths, then given life through wicked magic.
Cookies would be awesome, Turlix, but no.
Cookies.
So there are multiple butchers, okay. Souls of the condemned. For we are going to dig out a massive hole in the earth, and then for some reason decide to build up giant walkways. Because that makes all the sense in the world. Really, Toya?
What? Got that distance.
You killed them before they could get to you.
Yeah.
Take up
Distance.
your sword.
My sword. I remember now. I was an archangel of the high heavens. I was the embodiment of justice. I am Tyrael.
Neat.
You have restored my mind, friend. And now I remember the warning I came to deliver. Belial and Asmodan, the last lords of hell, are unleashing a tide of darkness that will drown this world. Already, Belial's shadow has fallen upon Chaldeum.
I will stop at nothing to kill them. All of them. Until their corpses are piled higher than the tallest towers.
We must move
Metal.
quickly. Let us return to Tristram and make ready.
Oh shit. Act 2. Oh my god.
Okay, game over. See you all next week.
Yep. Have a good one, everybody. Bye. So funny. Do you think they know you're joking?
I don't know. Turlix is a little, out there sometimes.
Oh. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Turlix, just so you know, we were joking.
Aww.
See? He's leaving.
It's not my fault. I was the one who said it was. I wasn't the one who said anything about him or anything about what he's doing or if we're leaving or not. It was all you.
No, that was your fault.
All right.
See, even it was your fault.
Well, Aizen's a piece of shit who doesn't want to play games with us, so I don't really believe what he has to say either.
Fair. I respect that.
You should be ashamed of the way you type, Aizen. Ha to the rumpf. Yeah, that too. Well, less at that. Damn it all.
Time grows short, my friends. Even now, Belial's influence is spreading through Chaldean.
But how will we find him?
We won't have to. Magda and her coven will lead us straight to him.
I'm not going anywhere until Uncle Deckard's been laid to rest.
There is time enough for that.
I have called for a caravan to guide us to the east. Speak to the caravan master when you are ready to go. We will see to Cain as we depart.
It's all you, P1. Do it up.
My friend, shall we depart to Chaldeum?
Act ends in 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. What? The hell just happened? Ooh. Oh no. Deckard. I'll stay forever and listen, buddy.
Stories. My uncle saw what he wanted to see.
Deckard sacrificed much to protect this world. But his work is not over.
What would you know about sacrifice?
Tyrael, the ancient law of the high heavens strictly forbids us from interfering with the mortal world. Yet you have done so, brazenly.
All I am guilty of, Imperius, is bringing justice, while you hide, cowering behind your throne.
Silence! You will now answer for your transgressions.
You cannot judge me. I am justice itself. We were meant for more than this. To protect the innocent. But if our precious laws bind you all to inaction, then I will no longer stand as your brother.
You chose to be one of us.
Sacrilege.
Thus, I fell, willingly. Because humanity is the only hope for this world.
I never believed all your crazy tales.
work. They never finished. I will finish it, Uncle. I will carry on for you.
So hey Blizzard, why don't you make movies like that?
I know, right? Well, I thought the World of Warcraft one was good.
I must leave Tristram behind. For a greater evil lurks within Caldeum. The Lord of Lies is hiding there. Somewhere within the great city.
I would love it if they put out more movies.
I would too.
I honestly enjoyed the Warcraft one. I thought it was well done.
I never saw it, but I did see the auction of all the items they were selling afterwards, and I really wanted a sword.
Yeah. They did some cool stuff with that.
So cool.
I played World of Warcraft back when your maximum level was level 60.
Oh.
New goods today. Please look. You won't be disappointed.
You know, classic.
How do you feel about the new classic WoW that's coming out?
I'm not that interested because, quite simply, it's just a... I know the game was not that good back then. It was enjoyable, more so than it is now. But still not, you know.
There are plenty of people who would disagree with you, which is why they're coming out with it in the first place. But personally, I think that WoW is declining because, I mean, shit. Final Fantasy keeps coming out with cool new expansions, and now it's like, I know what we'll do. Let's make a game that's like the one we released way long ago, and people who have not played it for so long will be like, oh, this is retro and cool. It's just rehashing old content. Like, you didn't even try.
I very much agree.
Oh, RuneScape. Oof.
When it comes to MMOs, honestly, the age of subscriptions for an MMO is over. And those that are clinging to it... I know Final Fantasy XIV has a strong following still. But it's the only one that I know of that still has... that still does that and does well on it.
There's a reason for that. Other than new content every holiday, even though it's like somewhat the same, there are different things that happen. Shadowbringers is huge, like new classes, new playable races. The last time I feel like we had anything like that was Pandaria?
Yeah. I mean, Legion added the Demon Hunter class.
There's a whole expansion with just one class. And the weird elf people, whatever they were. Or did they? No, because I'm thinking of like Illidan and him. I think
That was
they were
he
just
was
like
a night elf.
right. So they didn't even add a new race. It was just a new class, and that was it.
Yeah.
Ah, wow. Wow, indeed. I love 14. I think 14 has such good stuff going for it. I feel like the content is more difficult. I feel like the player base is a little less toxic, so like that's a huge pull for me too. I don't know. I don't mind paying $15.
For me, I have problems with paying a subscription on a game when I have examples of other games that are doing just fine without one.
Well, what kind of MMOs do you play that do just fine as
Guild Wars 2?
Never heard of it.
Really?
I'm just kidding. I've heard of Guild Wars 2. I've seen people play it. I know it's free to play, but isn't there like a whole bunch of pay to play customization options and shit?
They've got cosmetic microtransactions. Yes.
Right.
But I don't.
I guess they also have that in 14.
I will never hold it against a company for having cosmetics as. I will never hold it against a company for cosmetics. I mean, if you want to shell out the money to look different, that's up to you. Yeah, they're acceptable. Well, especially for a game where you don't have to pay for a subscription.
I would argue that Final Fantasy has the same thing, but just if you want to shell out the money to play the game, go for it. But I agree in some senses, because I've played other MMOs that didn't have a subscription, like Terra. I loved Terra. I fucking beta tested that game. That game was sick. And for the most part, like, if they didn't kind of just have a really slow progression and weird user base, I think that game would have caught on a lot more. But I loved Terra. And that was a free game too. I had a lot of fun with that.
Guild Wars 2, the base game of it is free. You can play the entire original game for free. It does have things that are gated based on your level. Like the main city of the game, you have to be like level 15 or something to get to. But the game itself is just beautiful.
Boring. I get you. I feel you.
No. I love the story. The character... I have played very... There are...
Chaldeum. Jewel of the East.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
He wouldn't now that it is under the spell of Belial, Lord of Light. I can smell his stench on the air.
We'll have to separate. You two search for Belial, while I track down Magda and make her pay for Kane's death.
Alright, continue.
Yeah, it's also all voice acted in Guild Wars 2. You don't have to... That's one thing that hugely bothers me with Final Fantasy 14, is just wall of text after wall of text after wall of text.
Well, Final Fantasy 14 cutscenes make themselves out like they're movies. And I will agree with you on that. That sucks. But they go for the cinematic aspect, like...
I am not a god. I am Ashira, commander of the Iron Wolves. We saved these refugees from Magda's coven, but even now wreaks havoc throughout the Borderlands.
Borderlands?
Last see her.
She's heading toward Alcarnus, but has blocked the road behind her. However, there is another way, through the Kasim outpost.
It doesn't make it worse, Eisen. That's very much a matter of opinion, and that's your opinion.
Yeah, it is opinion.
Some people really like cinematic things in video games. I don't. I skip a lot of them. In fact, 99% of them. But I know, like, my mate fucking lives off of the Final Fantasy cutscenes, and admittedly, if you watch all of them and you have the patience for that, it is a great story. And when you sit down and like watch it for a little bit, you get embroiled in it. But then like, there's times where I'm just like, I want to fucking kill something, so just skip it.
I enjoy. Yeah, it's harder to take it to enjoy it when it's just text. If you're gonna have a cinematic kind of thing, you need to have voice acting. I'm sorry, you do.
Well, they do have voice acting. The times when they're just, I don't know what you mean by walls of text.
Fighting Magda in the desert, the Emperor replaced them with Imperial guards who bar all from the inner city.
I suspect that the Iron Wolves.
These
were sent
conversations
out to
right
die.
here.
Belial has made his move. We must find a way into the city.
As a child, I explored Chaldeum while Uncle Deckard studied here. I can get in through the sewers.
Just see that you get out again in one piece.
Be careful. Alcarnus sounds like Magda's trap.
These
if this wasn't voiced over, I would have skipped it.
Exactly. And I love I love story.
But you can do that in Final Fantasy as well.
But
you can just keep clicking and it's done.
That's not what I want to do. I want the story. That's the problem.
Well, the difference between a game like this and a game like Final Fantasy XIV is that Final Fantasy XIV is 400 hours of content, while this game is probably at max like 40. So if you want to pay a voice actor 10 times what they're doing for one game, then I'm all for it. But I don't think even Square Enix has that kind of money. Who am I kidding? Of course they do. But why would they pay someone to voice over an entire game? That would be insane.
Guild Wars 2 does.
Every single line of every single dialogue?
Yes.
I disagree. I doubt that highly.
Okay, you are correct. There are very, very few that are not. And most of those are just very minor little things where there's not actual story with it. Right. But it's the point of Guild Wars 2 is the world feels alive. You have NPCs that are going around talking to each other, and you're actually hearing their conversations.
So did Oblivion. So does Skyrim.
Yes, but not Final Fantasy XIV.
Right.
I've got some brand new goods.
This gate leads
I
to
don't see your
Alcarnus.
point.
You'll need to follow the long road over the canyon bridge and through the Kassim outpost. We haven't heard anything from the Iron Wolves in the desert. If you make it to the Kassim
world
outpost,
kind of feels stale to me with Final Fantasy XIV.
Take heed,
The game is
traveler.
fun.
Cultists guard these desert roads, and they will slay any who pass.
I mean to stop them.
Then you must not go alone. I shall accompany you.
I mean, every main story quest in Final Fantasy XIV. Stop talking.
But I can see them for what they are. The Coven's foul magic. They will lead you to your death.
I understand, but my death does not lie here.
Okay.
I know you love the game, and I'm not dogging on it. I'm just saying it's not. It's hard for me to get into it.
Well, I mean, you absolutely are dogging on it, and that's okay.
Have inhabited the
the
desert
difference
wastes
that
east of Chaldeum for thousands of years. The large males are the tribe's leaders and protectors, while the agile females are expert hunters. Mostly they are primitive and reclusive creatures, although they will attack if cornered or hungry.
I don't remember what I was saying. You're in the rocks.
What Eisen says is it lacks that kind of immersion.
See, I disagree. If you have too much voice acting in a game, you may as well just make it a movie at that point. Especially if your character... I mean, so part of what Final Fantasy
They are very near
XIV...
to us.
Oh, shut up!
What do you mean? The road is blocked. You should
The road's blocked.
I'm okay with just talking over this stuff.
Okay. The problem... I have a problem with the way 14 plays sometimes because... I mean, it even sits you down and says, like...
That would happen.
Set aside some time for the cutscene that you're about to watch because it's long. And I'm like... I don't have time for that. I'm here to play a game. I'm here to go out and adventure and invest myself into things. And dealing with
Captain, from behind.
Sorry, they were
the
innocents. Dealing with like stuff like that, I don't like. I would rather do something interactive than sit down and watch something. If I want to be in a movie, then I'll go watch a movie.
Well this day. Are there more of them ahead?
Even worse. Cultists are casting spells in 2 of their desert lairs to obscure the Black Canyon Bridge.
Let us head north to the Howling Plateau. The cultist magic seems to be emanating from there.
I think the problem here is that you're looking at it as what Square Enix is known for, and that is long, drawn-out cutscenes. They really are. Guild Wars 2, everything is more... I guess the way to put it is like bite size. I mean, this longest story mission that I got locked into was like an hour long, and even that was filled with interesting stuff and very things.
If we follow these prints,
well, I'm not going to tell Square Enix to
I will seek out any other traces of their magic.
Make a cutscene out of every single mini quest. That's not fun, and I don't think there's enough time on anyone's hands to do that.
Rising up to seize
that's
prey in
not
its
what,
jaws and
Guild
rend
Wars
the body
2
until it
does.
is but sinew and gore.
But what I'm gathering from what you're saying is that every single quest is important and has voice acting and is like this gem, as opposed to like something like WoW, where it's like after like an hour you feel bored because every quest is the same. Go here, kill this, come back, get your reward, repeat, rinse.
This is one of the cultist lairs.
No.
They're casting part of the illusion inside.
Almost all of it is voice acted, but that doesn't mean that it is all a it's not all like I have to sit here and listen to it or else I'll be lost on story. No, it's just voice acted for the sake of
there should be another ritual at
being
a cellar
more
to the
immersive.
east of here.
I would say that Final Fantasy isn't all like that either. I think there's a lot of content you can skip and still be in the story, even in the main story.
But when it comes to Guild Wars 2, the world itself is just a beautiful one.
I would argue that Final Fantasy is beautiful too.
Oh yeah, it is. But the difference is that to me, it just feels more alive.
Well, if you're judging aliveness based on NPCs talking to each other, the NPCs in Final Fantasy talk to each other too. It's just subliminal, so you have to pay attention to it. But they walk around, they talk to people. It's not important whatsoever. It is a tiny bit of flavor, but the game is, I'd say, more fast-paced than that. You never find yourself in one place for too long.
Servants of the mythical Asmodan. They purportedly aided him.
Look, more hidden footprints.
You didn't want to hear the lore about the monster?
They're fallen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Final Fantasy is like that too. It's just not. It's more cinematic. I don't know. I can't really keep up with what you're saying.
Challenge.
Not comparing the two together. I'm just saying that Guild Wars 2 is very much worth checking out and enjoying.
Well, let's put it this way. If Guild Wars 2 put itself as a $15 a month subscription, would you play it still?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
It is that good of a
more
game.
hidden footprints.
And Final Fantasy is good enough a game for a lot of people that they'll pay the $15 subscription.
This is one of the cultist layers.
And I've not
They're
been
casting
saying
part of
that
the
they
illusion
shouldn't.
inside.
But what you're saying is that Guild Wars 2 is as good of a game with no subscription.
Yes.
The ritual is
Okay. Well, I've never played Guild Wars 2, so I guess I can't be a judge in that matter.
In Guild Wars 2,
There.
everything
That ought to dispel
does.
the Covenant's magic.
I
Let us
really
go to the
never run into the issue of, you know, people they having to do the same thing over and over. Like, WoW. I noticed it quite a bit
shall you
with
do when Magda is
Final
dead?
Fantasy 14, where they do some of the same for their basic quests. You know,
You must be
the
the
go
one who's
here,
meant to
kill
find
these
here.
things kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, starter level stuff is gonna be like that. I feel like in every game. I've never seen it not be like that in a game.
Guild Wars 2. You can go and do that if you choose. But almost all, they do what are called heart quests. Or actually, I think the technical term is renown quests, but most people just call them heart quests. You go into an area, and a little thing pops up saying, hey, this person wants you to do this, or this. And after you do these things so many times, you
My
complete
power
it.
has grown.
And it can be anything from turning into a cow and helping train cows, to being launched out of a catapult, to there's tending to a garden. It's just it's such a varied experience.
You do all that as a cow.
No, that's just one example.
Oh, okay, because if you could do all that as a cow, I'd be downloading fucking Guild Wars 2 right now. Don't get me wrong. You want to do a bonus dungeon? Yeah, you want to do a bonus dungeon.
I mean, getting launched out of the catapult, yes, that is as a cow. Yeah, that part is as a cow.
How long do you get to be a cow? This is very important.
You can repeat it whenever the event pops up, which is fairly often. There are quite a few quests where you get turned into various things. The guild quests there's little things called, what are they? They're like guild run or something. Your guild can participate in a little race thing through a dangerous area where some of the guild becomes an animal of some sort. A crab, a little dog, I've seen cats, I've seen all sorts of different animals. And then the rest of the guild has to protect you as you're running through this course.
Okay, that sounds kind of fun. But are any... Never mind.
No, what?
It's just, you know, just curious as to turn into a cow or not. Whatever, keep going.
I'm pretty sure cow is in one of them. There's
Look,
like 20 different kinds of these races all over the world. So there's plenty of variety. Like, even this morning, I've played the game a lot, and I was doing my daily quests, which, again, they vary those every single day. They've got jump puzzles, they've got World versus World, which is one of my most favorite game modes in any game ever. You've got 4...
I don't do versus content, but there are jump puzzles in FF too.
World versus World is this really neat combination of PvE and PvP.
Yeah, I would not be into that at all.
Except it's more assaulting like forts with catapults and trebuchets. Doing it solo, no, that's not fun. But when you get in with a Zerg, literal army of players, you're try it.
Nope.
That's all I can say.
I'm passed on that.
Well,
any kind of content that has PvP is just not for me.
You don't have to. That's the beauty of it. They give their daily quests, they give you a selection of different quests from all their different game modes. The regular stuff, the PvP, the World versus World. I don't like PvP myself, but I just love World versus World. They did it very well. The game is a fluid one. You are highly encouraged to move while you're doing your missions and fighting things. You got dodging and such that you've got to keep track of. Otherwise, sometimes you might get horribly murdered.
I mean, that's all the same as Final Fantasy. What you told me so far is exactly the same experience that I've encountered. But I'm paying money for it.
Yeah.
Exit this way.
Another thing, when it comes to Guild Wars 2, the base game, like I said, is free. They have 2 expansions. You can go with either one or both.
An interesting opponent.
The expansions give you an instant level 80 that you can choose to use if you wish.
That sounds like WoW.
That just starts you off at the beginning of the expansion content. The maximum, with each expansion, the maximum level has not increased. Instead, you then go with they call them masteries, where you can unlock various new abilities. The mounts.
I've never given a shit about mounts in games.
I haven't either. They were always just cosmetic ways to get from point A to point B faster. Guild Wars
still are.
Guild Wars 2 varies them. Every mount, they've only got like 5 different types of mounts. Or 6 now? Yeah, I think it's 6. But each one feels like you would... It feels like you would expect it to feel if you were actually riding one in real life. One of them is a raptor. It's got a long jump to get from to cross gaps and such. And it just... Why can't we open this chest?
What are you doing out here?
There's a treasure chest down here. Watch my back while I haul it up. Then we can split the rewards. Get ready. I'm bringing it up now. Oh, damn, it's stuck. I'm gonna need time to fix this.
Of course you will. And of course, things will randomly pop up.
I think I got it. Yes.
Okay, what was I saying?
No, still.
I don't remember.
Oh, the mounts. The raptor. It's really hard to describe.
Though the champions
I mean,
are larger,
I
and the
get
lunatics more
that you.
devastating.
It's a huge thing for you, and I get that you have a lot to say about it. I'm not gonna get into it.
I'll take my share, and you can have what's left.
You take your share then. Oh, alright, go ahead. Yeah, we did an event. I don't know. It's... Yeah, it really is. It's tough for me to, like, get into games in the first place. Like, there has to be something really gripping to get me in. This game really got me on the fact that, like, you can kill an entire army as one person. That's awesome. And maybe Guild Wars 2 has something that I'd really enjoy. And to be fair, I just canceled my Final Fantasy subscription not long ago, so maybe I'm due for a new MMO. Who knows? Did we go here?
I would definitely highly recommend Guild Wars 2. Again, the fact that it doesn't have an actual subscription is very attractive as far as getting into having a game that you can... You don't feel like you have to play it. That's my biggest complaint with subscriptions.
Oh, trust me, I didn't feel like I had to play Final Fantasy 14 at all.
I personally always felt that, you know, I've got the money to pay for the subscription, but I don't have the time to actually make full use out of that money.
I think I understand what you mean by that. And I know when I first got into 14, the idea of, like, wasting my subscription came up, but then it's only $15 a month. Maybe some people can't afford that. I get that too. Like, I totally understand the price reason behind it. But I was just kind of at the point where I was just like, if I don't log on today, especially once you cap, like, I'm not gonna do super crazy raids. So once I hit the cap, I was just like, I got my level 70 character. I'll wait for the expansion to come out. I'm done. The job systems in that game are kind of loose.
I am not from
and boring.
I learned these spells 1,500 years ago. My sisters and I pledged our service to a man of great power. We called him the Prophet. He trained us and placed us in a magical slumber to awaken in this era. I am to prevent the Lords of Hell from invading.
The Prophet. I have not heard of this figure, but your aid is welcome.
Now I go back to town and sit there until I tell you to.
Yeah.
Ooh, we gotta, there he is. Get him!
That foe
You ain't getting away this
die.
time, Sonny Jim. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It cold.
Yeah. I enjoy the crafting mechanic in Guild Wars 2. There are also multiple ways for you to level up your characters. It's helpful when you've got a level 80 to level up, because then you can just have that level 80 you can go gather all the equipment you need and then level up your alts. The story is very immersive in my opinion. Some people can say that the original, the base game's story wasn't that good, but I enjoyed it myself. The characters are absolutely memorable. Tiny is a sarcastic little... She's adorable. That's really all you can say about her.
I remember that character. She was adorable. That's it.
Well, she's got a golem that that she loves. Oh, I need to go back to town.
I am returning to town.
Inventory's full.
All right.
Do it, Eisen.
Today, please look. You won't be disappointed.
It won't let me access the salvage thing directly because you're using it. It doesn't help for me to explain things when I am quite tired, though. And those are an upgrade all around. I'll put them on. I mean, you got actual cat people too.
I don't really care about races. I usually play humans in video games. I'm boring. Well, except for WoW, because fucking Worgen. I had 8 different Worgen. They were great. That was a great class. Or a great race.
Well, you've got 2 different choices of humans. You've got the really big, I can't think of
I think all people do that, Turlix.
I cannot think of their name right now. You've got, they're really big. Somebody who's played Guild Wars 2, help me remember. Hey, well, Kiro!
While they're doing that, hey, it's Kiro. Let me just explain to you, Zim. Like, am I going to be a cat person? No. Am I going to be a tiny little potato man that just came out of the ground? No. Am I going to be an elf from Lord of the Rings? No. Am I going to be a dragon person? Yes, but I didn't have that expansion when I first bought the game, so no. Am I going to be a giant, big old dude, literal giant? No. So, with all of those options set aside, I just had human left, and I picked human. Besides, humans in Final Fantasy, like, the customization you can do on characters, I don't know how it is for Guild Wars 2. I'm sure it's great. The customization you can do in Final Fantasy 14 is really good. Like, I really like the way my character looks. Eisen, you don't even play the game with us anymore. Which one of us is the bigger traitor here?
Yeah, I have to agree with him there, Eisen. You chose not to participate with us anymore.
You're sitting here being like, oh, I didn't level my character when you had an entire week. I know you had your job stuff, so I won't be too hard on you. But fuck you, dude!
My insight grows.
Congratulations.
The classes of Guild Wars 2 feel very unique. I honestly don't remember how they handled them with... aren't they just... you choose a particular weapon and that's your class?
Yeah, you put a weapon on and you switch to that class automatically.
Most classes every class has a variety of weapons that they can use. And you change your weapon with the class and you change your entire playstyle. They all work very differently. Like just the greatsword itself, the ranger will wield it with more great. Oh, hey, there's a legendary. The ranger wields the greatsword with more grace, whereas the warrior uses it just, you know, outright brutish.
Does it have any difference in like how you play the game?
Yes, it will have difference in how you play the game, because
how
the ability your abilities that you can use change based on the weapon you're using.
Okay, but other than like the abilities, it doesn't change how you like interact with enemies. It's just the abilities you have are different when you have different weapons on.
I don't understand what you're meaning by that.
So, okay.
That is a difference to me.
Yeah, but it's not like a cardinal difference. Like, you're not doing less damage as a... I don't even know your classes and stuff, so I can't really make an assumption. And also, if you're wondering what I'm running around and doing, I'm stepping on all the bugs, so...
I noticed.
Sorry,
I
fucking hate these things.
Okay, well, explain it with, in, you know, Final Fantasy 14 terms, then.
Well, like, I wouldn't be able to put a greatsword on my black mage, put it that way.
Do not fear the end.
Because I'm not casting spells out of a greatsword.
There are some limitations, though from what I've heard, ArenaNet developers plan for every class to be able to use every type of weapon in their own way. So the Elementalist, which is basically their version of the Black Mage, will be able to use a greatsword eventually, if they can't already. The Elementalist is an interesting class. I never really got into it myself, but the Elementalist, you swap between the 4 basic elements, and your abilities change based on that. You've got Earth for more defense-oriented things that can deal damage. You've got Wind
2
that...
seconds.
What?
I'm so glad you revived those sandworm guys. They're so cool. Alright, continue.
You've got...
The ground, it's shaking. Can't feel my legs.
Because you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Well, that's a shame. Oh.
You've got your water element, which is healing. All of these can still do damage, but they're more focused.
Expert Eisen.
You've got a there was, I think it's air, which is also lightning. Why is Kane's satchel here in the middle of nowhere?
It is with some reluctance
he took a
that
long
I write
journey
on,
on his
seven
own.
Lords of Hell, for they are the greatest
Snuck out of the
the
nursing
demons,
home.
and even whispering their names seems to poison the air around me. They are divided into the lesser evils, Belial, Asmodan, Juriel, and Andariel, and the prime evils, Mephisto, Baal, and Diablo.
What the hell did I just pick up?
I don't know.
You should unfurl it. I've never seen this before. Okay. Yeah, your weapons equals your class. So I get how that could be boring to some people, because like you always have to use the same kind of weaponry when you're playing your class, but at the same time, I feel like Final Fantasy's like the amount of things you can do on one character
You are hereby ordered to send a band of your most loyal men to secure the Kasim outpost. Control of the city hangs by a thread. The commoners are becoming restless, and it is imperative that we subdue them. Remain vigilant, for there may already be an outsider within our borders looking to stir up trouble.
More than enough.
I will agree that being able to do everything on one character is nice. But I don't... hey, just... There's also multiple paths that you can take in the story in Guild Wars 2, so having multiple characters to experience the different paths is
I need
nice
you to
as well.
open the gate.
You must be mad. But if you're intent on rushing headlong to your death, talk to Captain David down in the command post. He's got the gate key.
Here you are, delivered unto me as a sacrifice. A gift from Lord Belial.
Or he's setting you up to fail.
No! He would never betray me! Strike him down!
You never learn.
Bored now.
Not a moment too soon. They plan to sack...
These serpentine demons are Belial's favored servants, and he has granted them some of his skill in cunning and illusion. Deceivers will cloak themselves in the familiar forms of their enemies' companions and friends, waiting to strike when the moment is opportune. It is only then that their true forms are revealed.
Has Magda reached Alcanis?
Yes, we've heard rumors of a horrible slaughter there.
Then I cannot delay any longer. Open the gate.
We should, next week we should up the difficulty. Zen to something, whatever's above expert. Also, Eisen, if you wanted to ask every week, you'd have just looked in the top right corner of Zim's screen where it says expert.
Yeah, you have literally asked every single week, multiple times, and it hasn't changed, and I'm just kind of,
Meh, we met you. You have been med. Smush. Wait. Smush. Ah, you ran away. Got him. Got him.
And I will openly admit, I honestly teared up at one particular character's death in actually a few of them, though one in particular, I don't want to give spoilers for anybody that hasn't played through it, so I won't say too much on it. But he became a very lovable character, sacrificed himself, and I honestly teared up at that.
So that happens in Final Fantasy as well, and it's a huge deal when it goes through a whole expansion. There is a thing up here, though, the Crumbling Vault, that requires us to run through a dungeon as fast as we can to get a bunch of treasure chests, or we get kicked out.
I got my army ready. Let's do it.
Do you have any, well, so for the most part, we won't actually be attacking anything. We just need to run. You have any like speed ups or anything like that?
No.
Okay, let me see if I do.
That foe will die.
No.
Well, as we have said every time you've asked, expert. So remember it this time and stop asking the same thing.
But it might be different next week because we're killing things too fast. Hold on a sec before we go into that. Yes, tumble. I need tumble for this. Okay, so I'll be able to get through. I don't know if you will, but I'll be able to.
I see. Well, let's try it.
Once in 1,000 years, when the stars align, these ruins open, but only for a short while. There is treasure rumored to lie deep below. Find it fast, or die when the dungeon seals itself for another age.
Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
I'm having trouble just finding the way to go.
Rathma has blessed me.
Yeah, I think it's more just finding the right direction to go in.
Yep.
Than,
decay and rot.
Oh, maybe that way.
I mean, the dungeon's continuing in this direction, so...
Yep, just keep going.
Oh, I think it is this way. No, but there's a Cain's Lost.
Belial, Lord of Lies,
Satchel.
is the most elusive of the 7 evils and is a master of deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the Prime Evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the Prime Evils to our mortal realm.
Shit. Fine. We got it. We got it. We got it.
I got it.
All right then.
It wasn't that hard. Just had
After
to run
you.
through.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's a lot longer. If you get stuck on all the monsters, you get screwed. You can't get through it.
And that's why I knew my army would help.
That's why I knew dodging would help. All right, let's get out of here then.
You said a bunch of treasure chests.
There's 3.
That's not a bunch.
That's more than 1 and more than 2. 2 is a couple. 3's a bunch.
No, 3 is a few. Where are we supposed to be going?
We're just exploring right now.
Okay. Oh, hey, Sin the Greedy. Almost called him the Gravy.
Sin the Gravy.
Hey, buddy. I know we just killed you, but... Back to life!
You will make a fine corpse.
That was good.
I love going against these fallen because they come in armies. I have an army, and I love watching armies collide. It is a very satisfying thing for me.
Well, there's a path all the way down that we missed. Probably take that one. There's also a path all the way up, but I'm pretty sure the one that's down is our best bet.
Well then, onward! So you've got to stop here soon, don't you?
Yeah, pretty soon. I feel like a town portal thing.
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, you can go for a little more.
Alright.
The Valrus manuscript lists Asmodan as the best battlefield commander of all demons, having defeated the angels many times in the eternal conflict across Pandemonium and the prime evils in the demonic civil war. If the Lord of Sin ever assaults our realm, we truly have much to fear.
Help us! You can't leave us here!
Don't worry, I'm here to free you.
I could.
This will be a challenge.
I love how even the biggest, baddest enemies get run in fear when I resurrect the dead. Even bosses run away. Toya.
Yes.
He went quiet.
At last!
Killing stuff.
Where are you?
I went down to a cellar by accident. Nothing down there. Ooh, big old sword.
Well, great, Tyson.
Yes, it'll be nice to have you next week.
If you actually come.
Another sunset, and Alcarnus is still safe from the sudden madness that plagues Chaldea. Though we are seeing an influx of hooded pilgrims for some Zakharul holy day, the demons out there are keeping their distance. I will double the guard at the gate. We must not be unprepared if our luck turns.
Sorry, bud, but I think your luck turned. reason if you had been
My bag
keeping
is full.
along.
Alright, let's kill whoever's over here and then we'll call it. What could be beyond this door? Magda? Oh, spoilers!
Really, Toya?
Whatever.
Charge!
The moment of your death grows near.
It matters not. While you hunted me, Belial's Imperial Guard captured your little witch Leah. Soon, her power shall be his.
Oh, hey! New members of my army. I can even fear the boss with my Raising Dead. I'm sorry, but that's a good feeling.
Now she runs.
When I joined the Coven, it was weak and idle. The leaders were content to do nothing, while the prime evils were imprisoned. I convinced another witch to help me poison them, and together we took control. She left some years later, but I continued, bringing the Coven to glory under Lord Belial.
Good times.
I am overburdened.
Me too. Sounds like a good time to go
Oh, yeah.
back to camp.
I'm just dropping my low quality stuff, picking up the good stuff, and that's good enough for me.
Same here. Back to town we go.
I need to go back.
Are you sure?
Caldeum is still in peril. Before she died, Magda revealed that Belial's treachery goes even deeper than we suspected.
All right, so we will leave this
today.
for
Please
next
look.
week.
You won't be disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good costume.
Yeah, I'll just salvage all of those too.
Aw, man. Alright.
What?
I found better pants, but it takes my sockets away.
What did I get? Oh. I'll equip that one. Why not? Alright, guys. So, I will be back in probably about an hour. I'm gonna do some of my preparation for work early, and then I will be streaming some Guild Wars 2, actually. Originally, I was going to do whatever that game is. Twitch things, but I'm just not up for it tonight. Thank you all so much for joining for Diablo 3. I'll be back here in just a few minutes, so we're, you know, about an hour. Do stick around. Come join me again. Thank you all so much for your support so far. We'll be back soon. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. I could not do this without you guys. Thank you all so much for that. Remember to share the channel, share the videos, share all of this stuff. If you've enjoyed it, they will too. I'm sure they will. So, let them know. And check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got merchandise available of all kinds. We've got more coming all the time as well. And I bid you all adieu until I return.
Bye, everybody.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Well, fine.